Sam Doctor. He joined me from JP Morgan. He's our quant strategist. Tom Block is our policy guy. He's was at JP Morgan for 20. He was head of policy for 21 years, and he does policy strategy for us. And our technical analyst, or technician, is Rob Slimer, and he came from RBC. But the four of us work together at JP Morgan. And the reason I want to take you back to 2008 is not because of the Genesis block. I'm actually taking you back to before Bitcoin was created, to the great financial crisis, okay? And the reason 2008 matters is the stock market and the recession we had in 2008 was the largest ever since the Great Depression. Okay, so we had essentially a black swan event none of us really expected to see in our lifetime. And in 2008, at JP Morgan, where I was the chief equity strategist, we were living history in the middle of the worst bear market ever in anyone's lifetime. But what's interesting is I have a cover from a report we published in November, because we did a study about bear markets. It's dated November 2008. So again, this is only, in the middle of that crisis. And we found something pretty interesting about the bear market. Because you have to remember, in November 2008, you had the public in panic, you had Occupy Wall Street, you had a lot of people saying the world was ending and Europe was actually in crisis, and we had major intervention by central banks, and we had even a lot of turmoil in elections because people were very worried. And our conclusion from this piece, from again November 2008, was that there's a very easy way to look at bear markets, and if our view was correct, again this is November 2008, we could get comfortable and have an idea when that bear market would end. So we called the report Guide to Stock Bottoms, part 1. We were going to publish part 2 once it was over. And so this chart is actually how most people conventionally think of bear markets. They think of it as a function of price decline plus time. And I'm highlighting here that the Great Depression lasted 34 months. And the period of stagflation, which was when Jimmy Carter was around, actually post-Nixon and pre-Carter, but that was 2 years. And the crash following the internet bubble was 2.5 years. So in most people's minds is that by 2008, if the market peaked in October 2007, the bear market should not be ending until 2010, 2011, okay? So in no one's mind should we be thinking that a bear market would be ending soon in November 2008. But we instead published a different assertion. And our assertion at the time was that bear markets are actually retracements. So the idea is that a bear market only takes prices back to a level before the bull market started. And look, I know people talk about it today and they talk about TA, but actually when you think about it in the macro sense, nobody in 2008 was really believing in this concept of retracement. And we just simply pointed out that the Great Depression and the stagflation had a lot of commonality, which was there was essentially a 100% retracement of the bull market, and that's when the bear market ended. And so then we made this prediction. And at JP Morgan, we were known for folks who do analysis, not opinions, but our analysis said that we thought the bear market would bottom at 667 to 720 before May 09. And that's just simply using the concept of retracement. So again, in November 2008, even though people thought the world was ending, we were actually turning kind of optimistic because we thought we were near the end of the bear market. And of course, if we look back, where did the bear market end in the S&P 500? It bottomed at 666. So it bottomed within 1 point of where we thought it would end. And this is in 2008. So that turned out to be one of my best calls. It actually made me quite well known at JP Morgan because we called the bottom, before the bottom actually. And we turned bullish on stocks in February of 2009. For many years we were known as the Uber Bull. Now, I want to talk about this bear market because we're in a crypto bear market. And I think it's helpful to start with 2014. So this is Bitcoin, and I've marked some dates here. The peak there is 1100. That's November 29, 2013. And I marked the price 1 month before Bitcoin's peak, which is October 2013, and Bitcoin was 188. So you had a bear market in 2014, 400 days, but notice that the price bottomed on January 2015 at 180 roughly, which was the price Bitcoin was at the end of October 2013. Meaning it took more than a year for Bitcoin price to fall to where it was 1 month before it went parabolic. So let's say that that's defined the bottom of the 2014 year. There was another coincidence too. The mining in 2014, the break-even cost was $190 to $200, and Bitcoin bottomed essentially at the cost of mining. So here's 2018, and that's the 19,000 Bitcoin price. But the price of Bitcoin 1 month before the parabolic move was 5,600. So what's interesting is that if 2014's analog plays out, Bitcoin should be bottoming around 6,000. And I think that's why you're seeing Bitcoin hold at these levels. But something else is interesting. Bitcoin's break-even mining cost, and something we talked about from our quant side, is the break-even cost is around 6,000. And again, that's where Bitcoin seems to be trying to find its bottom. And so if you look at these charts, kind of like overlay together, in some ways maybe, you shouldn't be too bearish now because, we're probably closer to the end of the bear market. I'm not saying that there isn't downside, and I know a lot of technicians and technical analysis is very important in crypto, see further downside, but I guess my point is I don't think we're going to spend a lot of time below 6,000. And in fact, I think the bear market for Bitcoin is probably over. It's still happening in altcoins. This is the price performance of various crypto constituents. We sectorize the market since April. And as you can see, Bitcoin is up about 10% since April. But it's really altcoins and platforms and exchanges that have been in a continuing bear market, and they're down anywhere from 40 to 50%. And again, this is just showing you year-to-date performance that if you look at active users, the change year-to-date, and the y-axis is the price performance, the tokens that have done the best are the ones that have had growth in the user base. And you can see Ethereum Classic is right there. The Dogecoin US and Stellar moving. So there's obviously a high correlation. The market's actually being rational. They're just devaluing projects that don't have a lot of users. And this should make you feel a little better about the world too. This chart shows you the percentage of altcoins that are down 70% in the past 9 months. And the first peak you see there is October 2014. And that number hit almost 90%. And that was essentially the peak of the altcoin bear. And today that number is 96%. So we're essentially at the same level where alts began to rally in 2014. And again, just to see what happened in 2014, that same orange line is at the top. And the bottom is coin market cap X Bitcoin. And you can see from that point, Bitcoin was weak, alts were weaker for another week or so, but then they actually almost tripled. So don't lose hope, I guess, is that first part of our message. Again, a reminder, because we don't want people to trade too often, if you take the 10 best days of Bitcoin in any year, that is the light blue line, okay? And the dark blue line, the dark bars, are if you owned Bitcoin but you didn't own them on the 10 best days, interestingly, you lost money every year if you didn't own Bitcoin in the 10 best days. On average, Bitcoin's down 25% a year, except for the 10 best days, which of course